Earth stands apart from all other planets because of its habitability. However, there are moments when even the most paradisiacal corner of our world can turn into an utter hell. These are the deadliest natural disasters in history. Let's begin. Number 1. Bangladesh Hailstorm, 1986. Bangladesh is a tropical, river-rich country with a huge population. Rains and thunderstorms are frequent, and even hailstorms are common when the stones are small. But what occurred in April 1986 was unexpected and devastating. The sky turned ominously gray, and suddenly unusually large, sharp pieces of ice began to fall, weighing up to 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds, and traveling at speeds exceeding 100 kilometers per hour, 62 miles per hour. The result was catastrophic. Neither trees nor palm or tile roofs could keep people safe. The few minutes the hailstorm lasted claimed the lives of over 92 people, thousands of livestock, and acres of crops, with incalculable economic damage. Snowfall of this magnitude had not been recorded since 1923. Number 2. Chihuahua Cold Wave, 2011. Northern Mexico, specifically Chihuahua, is a land of forests, deserts, and high elevation. Its generally warm climate often features very cold winters, sometimes dipping below zero. But no one was prepared for the winter of 2011. In February of that year, a cold front from the north settled over the region, causing temperatures to drop 20 degrees below normal, with some areas hitting minus 30 degrees Celsius, minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit. The ice paralyzed the supply of drinking water, electricity, and even liquefied gas, turning concrete homes into giant freezers. The government was reserved regarding the number of deaths, but there were dozens of fatalities just from carbon monoxide inhalation due to desperate attempts to heat homes or vehicles. Economic costs exceeded billions of dollars due to damage to crops and factories. Number 3. Moradabad Hailstorm, 1888. We move to India in the present-day state of Uttar Pradesh, a territory on a river plain fed by the Himalayan snowmelt. In this tropical region, rainfall is frequent and hailstorms occur. However, one event remains permanently etched in history. This happened in April 1888 when an unusual thunderstorm struck the region. What initially seemed normal quickly descended into chaos. Thousands of ice balls rained down on trees, houses, livestock, and any unfortunate person who hadn't found shelter. Accounts from the era describe the hail as the size of oranges. Approximately 246 people died as a consequence of the fierce storm, along with 16 heads of cattle. Crops, houses, and huts were completely destroyed, making it the deadliest hailstorm on record. Number 4. Mississippi River Flood, 1927. We crossed to the United States, to the vast plains of the Mississippi River, the agricultural heartland of the country. The Mississippi Basin supplies water to the entire central United States and serves as a major commercial highway. This positive feature quickly became a death trap. In 1927, a series of powerful rains struck the entire Mississippi River basin, filling the dikes designed to prevent floods. However, this accumulation of rain overwhelmed the dike's capacity, flooding the entire surrounding area. An area the size of Panama was submerged underwater up to 10 meters deep, 33 feet. Despite rescue and relief efforts, it is estimated that at least 500 people perished from the flood, with economic damages calculated at over $14 billion, adjusted. Number 5. Iran Blizzard, 1972. Now we move to Iran, ancient lands where great empires were founded. The country is located on a rugged plateau whose elevations range from 1,000 to 2,000 meters. Iranians are accustomed to cold, and their lives and homes are adapted to harsh winters, but one winter stood out above the rest. In February 1972, a series of winter storms struck Iran for 6 days. During this period, more than 8 meters of snow accumulated in many areas. This collapsed roads, electricity, heating, and even water supply. The hardest hit areas were rural villages that couldn't receive aid for weeks. It is estimated that at least 200 villages were completely buried, and a total of 4,000 people died due to the storm. Number 6. Hurricane Mitch, 1998. We delve into the Caribbean Sea to examine a phenomenon that affected its entire northwestern basin. This sea is prone to powerful hurricanes in the summer, and one stands out above the rest in terms of devastation: Hurricane Mitch, which occurred in October 1998. This hurricane reached the maximum on the hurricane scale, Category 5, with speeds of 290 kilometers per hour, 180 miles per hour. While the winds caused significant economic damage on their own, the worst occurred when the hurricane made landfall, slowing down and dumping more rain in a few days than Central America normally receives all year. The resulting floods, landslides, and river overflows claimed the lives of at least 11,000 people, severely affecting Honduras, Guatemala, and Nicaragua, cataloged as the deadliest hurricane in the last 200 years. Number 7. Tohoku Earthquake and Tsunami, 2011. We enter Japan, specifically Honshu Island, the most populated of the Japanese archipelago. The island sits near one of the most violent subduction zones in the Pacific Ring of Fire. Earthquakes are not uncommon for the Japanese until the unexpected happened. On the morning of March 2011, the most powerful earthquake in Japan's history and the fourth strongest on record occurred, lasting 6 minutes. Centered a few kilometers off the coast, it triggered a tsunami with waves up to 40 meters high, 131 feet high, traveling at speeds over 700 kilometers per hour, 435 miles per hour. The waves destroyed everything in their path, wiping out coastal cities and pushing up to 10 kilometers, 6 miles inland. Despite evacuation methods, approximately 20,000 people died, with immense economic damage, including the Fukushima nuclear disaster, whose consequences continue today.
Number 8. Nevado del Ruiz Eruption, 1985. We are in Colombia, specifically its Andean region. Here lie immense active volcanoes, but fertile land and constant water supply attract dozens of settlements nearby. This is usually not a problem due to the infrequency of eruptions until one finally occurs. In November 1985, disaster struck. The snow-capped Nevado del Ruiz volcano erupted, releasing a column of ash, gases, and pyroclastic flows that, upon contact with the snow accumulated at its summit, caused a massive lahar, a flow of mud and debris that rushed down its slopes at high speed. The deadly torrent buried the city of Armero, claiming the lives of 25,000 people and causing a humanitarian catastrophe in neighboring towns. Number 9. Mount Pelée Eruption, 1902. Returning to the Caribbean Sea, to its eastern extremity, we find the island of Martinique, an overseas French territory. Like all the Lesser Antilles Islands, it is volcanic, mountainous, with dense tropical vegetation. The typical idealized landscape became hell in an instant. In May 1902, Mount Pelée, which had shown some activity, suddenly exploded, releasing a dark, burning cloud that slid down the volcano's slope at 160 kilometers per hour, 100 miles per hour. In just 2 minutes, the cloud covered the city of Saint-Pierre, scorching and killing everything in its path. Instantly, 30,000 people died who had not been evacuated despite prior warnings. This event became a precedent for the constant monitoring of active volcanoes worldwide. Number 10. Vargas Mudslides, 1999. Venezuela is a country of exceptional natural wealth. We head north to the Venezuelan coastal range, a mountainous and very green area, which is why its largest populations are located there. But the mountainous beauty of this territory became the grave of thousands.
In 1999, an extraordinary amount of rainfall occurred, precipitating twice the normal annual water volume in just 2 days. The mountains, saturated beyond capacity, collapsed. This resulted in massive landslides, slump and mud flows along the current La Guajira state and its surroundings, sweeping away houses, buildings, and factories. The government was reserved in providing official figures, but the Red Cross estimates that 50,000 people died. Number 11. Russian heat wave, 2010. We are in eastern Russia, a forested region with a continental climate and very cold winters. It is hard to imagine how a country we perceive as cold could have such a severe heat episode, but it did occur, catching most of its population by surprise. This happened in the summer of 2010, when a high-pressure system settled over western Russia, causing a never-before-seen heat wave, raising thermometers beyond 37 degrees Celsius, 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. The air was described as unbreathable due to the temperatures, and to make matters worse, more than 550 forest fires broke out in the region. The heat and fires claimed the lives of more than 56,000 people. Number 12. European heat wave, 2003. Europe is a diverse continent with temperate climates, but there are specific moments when this characteristic is lost. This occurred during the summer of 2003, when a series of anticyclones struck the entire western continent with warm, dry air masses from the Sahara Desert, preventing cloud formation and typical seasonal rains. In a short time, temperatures in European cities reached historic highs, most exceeding 41 degrees Celsius, 105.8 degrees Fahrenheit, with records in southern Spain. It is estimated that the heat wave killed 52,000 people, although other figures, including deaths from heat-aggravated illnesses, raised the toll to 70,000 fatalities. Number 13. Yungay landslide, 1970. We delve into the Peruvian Andes, a region of imposing snow-capped mountains and fertile river valleys. Here, people permanently coexist with these giants that supply water year-round, but what makes life flourish can sometimes suddenly bury it. In late May 1970, an unusually violent earthquake of magnitude 7.9 on the Richter scale occurred. The violent movements detached an ice and rock cap from the Huascarán Peak, the highest in all of Peru, causing a colossal landslide that buried the city of Santo Domingo de Yungay. In an instant, over 70,000 people lost their lives, and several neighboring villages were destroyed. Number 14. Indian Ocean tsunami, 2004. We are in the northwest Indian Ocean, a region located between India and Indonesia. In December 2004, a submarine earthquake occurred, the third most powerful on record, with a magnitude of 9.2. While the tremor itself was felt in many countries, it was not devastating due to its distance from populated areas. The truly devastating event was the resulting tsunami. In seconds, the water turned into gigantic waves up to 30 meters high, traveling at speeds up to 800 kilometers per hour, 500 miles per hour. Upon colliding with densely populated coastal cities, the results were apocalyptic. More than 230,000 people lost their lives, and entire communities were marked forever. Number 15. Bola cyclone, 1970. We return to Bangladesh, the land of rivers. Due to its tropical climate, it can experience numerous hurricanes, known as cyclones in these latitudes, during the summers. These are often destructive due to the low elevation of the land. Local people know how to face them, but what they experienced in November 1970 was completely different. The Bola cyclone appeared, reaching Category 4 with speeds up to 440 kilometers per hour, 273 miles per hour. The excessive rains flooded river channels, and the storm surge wiped out entire villages. In just a few days, the cyclone claimed the lives of 550,000 people. Many deaths were attributed to the poor planning of the then Pakistani government, and this disaster was one of the reasons that fueled the Bangladesh independence movement. Well, this has been the video about the deadliest natural disasters in history. I hope you liked it. I left out some memorable disasters. Still, if you could comment on which natural disaster impacted you the most and what video you would like to see next, I would greatly appreciate it. With nothing more to add, that's all for now. Goodbye.